Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When your candidate wins an election, don't celebrate too much. Celebrate halfway. Why? Because the other half is a celebration when he or she will do what he said or she would said they would do when they get elected. In this case, Slovakia. In Slovakia, a prime minister that was not supposed to won the elections, and that is a leftist, populist, ugly mofo supporting Russia. That's how it goes. Pro-Russia, not pro-Slovakia, pro-Russia. Why? Because not being on Ukraine's camp and being neutral, that's not an option. You have to be on Ukraine's camp. If you're not, Ukraine meaning Al Capone's and their push for global hegemony. So this guy won, and supposedly it's a new blow to European Union's unity. There was never a unity to start with, but Bloomberg wants us to think that way. It was never a union in like everybody was for. They were dragged. Some were in, some were dragged. If I would be, and I would, not I would be, I will be straight, it was United States, willy-nilly. I'm ignoring the big interest. United States, willy-nilly, Great Britain. These were the main one. And then you get countries that have prior, and they have a lot of grievances against Russia. And those are the Baltic states, Poland, and that's about it. That's about it. Everybody else was dragged. These guys came willy-nilly. And as I said, Al Capone, the first, then it was the Great Britain, who's always the little puppy following Al Capone. I have to look online. I can't remember if Al Capone has a minion, do-it-all guy beneath him or underneath, however you call him. And then it was these guys that were really against Russia. And they say, wow, Russia hurt, I'm in. So, firebrand ex-premier wins in Slovakia in blow to EU unity. No EU unity. Remember, I made the day before, on the 29th, I think it was 29th, I made this video. Slovakia won't send another bullet to Kiev, said this guy who is supposed to be the bad dude now. Okay, so he said, Slovakia won't send another bullet to Kiev, says Slovakia's Prime Minister frontrunner. The West froze. We'll see. We'll see if froze. Now, this was 2 days ago, I think. You can find this video. Now, this is the first article. I'm not going to read it. It's clear, self-explanatory what is going on there. And we got the second article. I'm just pointing to the titles, to the headlines, how weasel-like they are. A populist, not a Slovak, pro-Slovakia, ex-premier, and he's a socialist, so he's a Democrat. He's a, left-winger, but that doesn't, that's not a good thing anymore. Ex-premier who opposes support for Ukraine leads his leftist party to victory in Slovakia. So we already know that he's a populist, which is not a good thing, by the way, according to these guys. Secondly, he opposes support for Ukraine, not looks for the Slovakians' interest. No. He just opposes to support Ukraine. That's all. And nowadays, look, Ukraine supporting Ukraine is like you don't do the right thing. You tell your child, do the right thing. This is like that. You don't help Ukraine. You don't do the right thing. The good. Who said that? We said it. Leads his leftist party. All of a sudden, leftist party will be probably pushed into an extreme far left. I'm waiting for that in Slovakia. And we have the third article ready for you, my friends, right here from Sputnik. Slovak opposition party Smer wins parliamentary elections, gaining 23.6%. I've been watching on and on during the nighttime. I woke up, let's see what are the results. And they said it was the other guy, who I will tell you who the other guy is. The other guy is, and exit polls said that he's at 23.66 or something, and this guy was at 20%. So exit polls is when they interview, people who just voted. Hey, who did you vote for? Oh, I'm gonna lie to him. Well, I voted for your man. Okay. So it was the other way around. Now the other guy, if you know who he is, it always matter. I will tell you. The opposition direction, Democracy Party. So it's social for people like Biden and the unions. Democratic Party, that means they like the vote, the will of the people. Good, Smer. Led by former Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico, won the parliamentary elections with 23.58% of the vote. Data from the Slovak Statistical Office showed on Sunday. So the Slovaks, the people, voted. Democracy works. Let's move on now. No. Let's see who interfered. Did Russia interfere here and change things? I think so, right? At the moment, data from 95.75% of polling stations have been processed. What time was this? 7 hours ago. Okay, so I don't see anything new. So, the second place with 16.37%. Wow, it was not like this, like that. Exit polls said that it was the other way around, but not at 16, at 20. Supposedly he had 20. The other guy, educated at Oxford University, Great Britain or England. What should I put? Hey, my English friends. I know if I say Great Britain, you don't like it, but if I say England, the rest of Great Britain won't like it. So anyway, I will use Great Britain because anyway. So he is educated at not Harvard, Oxford, the other guy. He is homosexual and with his partner have a daughter. I don't know how they have the daughter, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you this. And he is very, very, very much towards the new ideologies. So Slovakia, they tried. All right, Slovakia Party, followed by the Voice, Social Democracy Party, which received 15.22% of the votes. Okay, so the progressive, when I say progressive, you progress towards a cliff and you're gonna fall? Is that what is progress? Because these guys, when they say progress, it says official elections results are expected to be announced on Sunday afternoon. When these guys use progress, they use it as an improvement. But when they come with perverted things, perverted means out of natural, perverted things, they call that progress. And if you don't accept certain perversions, you are called, a caveman and opposing, how do you call it, progress, which is supposed to be identical with up, with progress. But no, you can progress towards the gallows. You progress your way towards being okay? So don't look at that like they already own the word progressive. Progressive is a good thing. We changed the status quo. These guys caught into the Middle Ages, Dark Ages. We just progress toward the light where we can whatever goose we want or cow or something. Anyway, here it is. I'm waiting for this guy to do something. To do what he said. That's all I want him to do. I'm surprised that he won. Not because the Slovaks were not, would not vote for this guy. But, that's always mechanisms that prevent people from achieving certain things, even if the masses made their choice, let's put it this way. The other thing is he and Orban and Poland might destroy this so-called unity big time. And I'm going to show you on the map because that's the easiest way to understand certain kind of geopolitical situations. And I will use the Russian map because I'm a Russian propagandist, remember? So this is the Ukraine. This is where they fight. And here, this right here in north. This is Belarus. Okay, this is Belarus. This is Russia. So in order to bring aid to Ukraine to defend themselves, not to kill the Russians, you have this border starting from here, from Belarus, going to Slovakia, because here is Poland, Slovakia. Then you have Hungary. Then you have Romania, and then you have Black Sea. I ignore this piece because it is part of Romania anyway. Should be, because it was taken from, given back. So you have all of a sudden these two countries that are not, it's 10 million, something like that. And you have Poland, about 40 million. And these guys by far are the kingpin of the whole operation. Now, it doesn't mean that if if let's say Poland says we're not going to do anything anymore, which they said we're not going to provide any more weapons. This guy, the Slovak, said we're not going to provide any more weapons. Hungary said from the very beginning we're not going to provide any weapons. Romania. So if you have these guys right here supporting these guys, actually Al Capone, which I doubt, they will activate this little country here, who's owned by Al Capone. Okay, so this could be one of the consequences. I don't know if Poland already said about the grain, they will not support, give no more weapons and all that. It's just talk. We'll see if that really implements. Hungary, as I said. Now wait for Slovakia. So don't celebrate if you celebrate until they or he and his party does what he said he will be. No more bullet. What was that? Little thing here. All right. Slovakia won't send any bullet to Kiev. That's what he said. No more bullet. All right. Doesn't mean that he's not going to send tanks, right? If you want to be a weasel. He said just bullets. No more bullets. Okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.